Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Tilehurst End Weekly Roundup, where we basically go over everything that's happened in the past week to do with Reading FC. Before we get into the video, make sure to like the video, but most importantly, subscribe and turn that notification bell on so that you never miss an upload. So, there's a lot more to talk about in this episode than there has been for about 3 months. The January transfer window is open, but before we get to all the transfer news, we're going to go to the games that we played this week. First one, Wednesday evening, Swansea 0, Reading 0. Really good point, really good defensive performance. I thought we played differently to how we normally do. We sat back a lot more, and we played really well. Raphael was fantastic. Andre Ayew had like 5 shots on target, and they were all 5 of them were really good shots. And Raphael managed to save them, and he did really well. And then with Tom McIntyre, Tom Holmes, they're both fantastic. At left back, right back, centre back, they pretty much play. 2 of them can play combined anywhere, I feel like, and they can still do a job. They're fantastic. Yeah, that was a massive point in terms of us getting into the playoffs and holding Swansea to a draw. They would have gone second and a couple of points ahead of us, but we managed to hold them. And overall, it was a really good point. I am really happy for Raphael too, because he's obviously come under a lot of stick in the last couple of weeks. He hasn't played too great, but that just showed it's basically him from last season, just the quality that he has and why he is one of the best goalkeepers in the league on this day. Not on current form, but on his day, he probably is even the best. I don't know. But we do have a lot of goalkeepers, good ones in the Championship this year, especially with Asmir Begovic all coming down from the Premier League. So, yeah, really good point. And we built off that and then went into Saturday. First game of 2021 and our first win of 2021. Huddersfield 1, Reading 2. Coming from behind, showed brilliant resilience to come back. And it was pretty much all down to one man, and it is Lucas Shaw again. Came back from injury, started up front. Fantastic. The second goal was absolutely sublime. The little turn that he does and then the little fake shot. It usually does. I've seen him do that a lot more. And then he just bangs it in from the edge of the box, right-hand side. Left-hand side of Ryan Schofield, and there's no way he's getting to it. And overall, probably a deserved win. First half, we weren't that great, and obviously Huddersfield took the early lead through Fraser Campbell. Tom Holmes probably should have won the header, but we'll let him off now anyway. And then, yeah, Lucas Shaw just turns up, and he's just fantastic. That was it. I forgot about the first goal then in a minute. That was it. Tom McIntyre from the back, the Berkshire Pirlo. Beautiful long ball, curling, straight into the path of Lucas Shaw, who manages to hold off Edmonds Green and then just calmly puts it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-1. And then obviously Lucas Shaw, that second goal was fantastic. He is some player. 16 goals in 18 games now. The higher minutes per goal ratio than Ivan Toney and Adam Armstrong. He's just fantastic. I personally think he's the best all-round striker in the Championship. I think he's got all of the abilities, and obviously we've seen West Ham linked, but I don't think that's going to come to fruition. But hopefully we can keep him fit. He did come off with a cramp, but hopefully he'll be back for the next game. Who else is there? George Pushkas also came back onto the bench, which was actually quite nice to see. Obviously he's been out with a hernia. Players are starting to come back, and even Omar Richards started as well. He came off the bench against Swansea, so he's done really well. But speaking of Omar Richards, we're going to go into the transfer window. It came out last night. I'm recording this on Tuesday. It came out on Monday night from Mike McGrath of the Telegraph. That Omar Richards is being looked at by Bayern Munich, and they are going to offer him a pre-contract deal. That will be a great move for him. I'm not sure if they really need a left back anyway, because obviously they've got Alphonso Davies, and obviously he's younger than Omar Richards anyway. But I think it's like a once in a lifetime move. I don't know if he's really going to turn that down. I believe we are offering him a long-term contract, or we have. So hopefully he signs it, but obviously with the likes of West Ham and Palace that have also been linked as well, and Brighton, there's going to be a lot of interest, and I highly doubt we're going to keep him. I doubt this time next year we're going to have Omar Richards, because I think he'll either go in January or definitely the summer. So fingers crossed he signs that long-term deal, but I don't think he will. Another player under loads of interest again, Michael Elise. Sky did say against Swansea that apparently they believe he does have a release clause, but it's just above 8 million. Either way, it's still cheap, and whoever triggers that, if it is true, is going to get an absolute steal. So I'm hoping there's agent talk and they're just trying to say it to get clubs to come in with a bid or two, but I highly doubt that. Again, same like Omar Richards, I don't think this time next year he is going to be here, but fingers crossed he is. I think if we do so early say in this window, I would prefer to have him loaned back to us for the rest of the season because he's made the most assists this season so far with 8, one more than Buendia, which is just saying something because he's a fantastic player, as we saw when they played us last time earlier in the month. But yeah, so fingers crossed we can keep hold of them too. Alpha Semedo also linked with, apparently, according to Ojo Go's Portuguese newspaper, apparently Premier League clubs are looking at him. I'm not really sure why. I don't think he's not been great this year. I don't think that's his fault either. He's been played in an attacking position when he's a defensive midfielder, so he's doing the best he can. But I don't think there's been enough this season to show why Premier League clubs will go in for him. I think he's a championship level player, but maybe as a defensive midfielder, he might be that good. But we don't know because we haven't seen him play in his natural position yet. So you've got to feel bad for him. But yeah. There's also Dejan Tetek, reportedly of the Mail. Chelsea and Arsenal are looking at him. Again, I don't think it's true, but another talented player, talented youngster. I want to see a bit more of him, to be honest. But hopefully he'll play on Saturday, and we'll get into that game if it does go ahead. Luton in the FA Cup. Personally, if we get knocked out, I'm not going to care. I'd rather, now that we're actually going for promotion, I'd rather we focus on the league. So if we do get, and obviously with the amount of injuries that we have anyway, I'm hoping that we play a backup team and just lose, to be honest. Obviously, it'd be nice if we won. Like, I mean, who doesn't want to win a football game? But if we didn't, I'm not going to be like upset about it because I do want to concentrate on the league. And obviously, the less amount of games, the better, especially with the amount of injuries that we have been getting. Luckily, we're coming out of that little injury crisis at the moment, but hopefully. But I'm just hoping we put in a good performance. I'm hoping we see a lot more of the youngsters. Obviously, I reckon it'll be a similar team to when we played Luton in the Cup earlier in the season. Obviously, we lost that game 1-0. I didn't even think we played too badly considering the players we had on the pitch and in that game. But I'm hoping to see, I think Southwood will get a start. I'm thinking probably Tom Holmes will play. I'd like to see maybe Nelson Abbey. No, he's injured. Maybe Gerald Dorset. Hopefully he'll maybe give it a go. Maybe Amari Samuels, probably Ethan Bristow actually. Probably play. Dejan Tetek, Tenai Watson, Linford Saki. I'm begging Thierry Nevers actually played as well because he's fantastic and I think we need a winger anyway. So I'm hoping that push him through. I reckon Sam Baldock will probably start up front or George Pushkas just to get him back in the swing of things. But yeah, so and then after that, obviously on the 16th, 2 weeks away now, or about a week and a half, but Brentford at home is a massive game. Sky haven't actually said what's on TV yet for the Championship games. I reckon that'll get announced this week. I reckon Brentford should be on TV and maybe even the Bournemouth game at the end of January. I reckon that'll be on TV as well. But 2 massive games. Obviously got Coventry and Preston as well. So we're coming up against the teams that we're on that 4-game losing streak on that cost us top of the league. So hopefully we can kind of get revenge for that and hopefully keep our space up at the top. But obviously there are a couple of teams, Bournemouth, Brentford, Middlesbrough, maybe I think Watford as well, all have games in hand. So fingers crossed that they all lose them, draw them if they're playing each other whenever they get played. But we just need to keep up with the chasing pack, keep away from 7th and below, just try and keep winning games. I think I think for the first time in a while, as a fan, I've been taking it game by game because I don't really want to keep looking towards the end of the season because, like, yes, it'd be fantastic if we got in the playoffs. I think even the top half finish, to be honest, considering if you said at the start of the season we'd be finishing just outside the playoffs, I would still take it. But obviously, in the position that we are in now and how we were at the start of the season, I think for us to finish outside of the playoffs now would be a bit disappointing. But I think overall, I would take it. Let me know what you would think if we did finish outside the playoffs below. But yeah, big games. That Huddersfield game was massive win as well because they were only 5 or 6 points off of us. I think they were 12th. So one of the playoff chasing pack, you could say, probably not, but we pushed them away now. So yeah, fingers crossed we can maintain playoffs. I just want to stay in the playoffs basically. But yeah, this is a massive January transfer window. I've just remembered now that we did get linked with Izzy Brown the other day. I would probably take him, but at the same time, he's not a winger. Again, I think we need natural wingers, not like Ajari and Elise are not natural wingers. They are attacking midfielders in the centre. Obviously, with Swift taking up that position, we need natural wingers because Mate and Alupo are really our only natural ones. So we do need some more in that position. I don't think Izzy Brown is someone we should really be going for. Apparently, Chelsea are looking to recall him from his loan at Sheffield Wednesday and get him out to either us or Blackburn. So fingers crossed he doesn't go here, but hopefully we just get some natural wingers. But either way, I wouldn't be upset if we did sign him, but I'd rather we signed a winger. So yeah, so I think that's it for everything this week. A lot more than usual, but hopefully this time next week we'll be looking at the Brentford game in some positivity. I'm hoping we get some more players coming back from injury, but I'm fairly sure we're only really missing Liam Moore now out of the key players, and Andy Yeardon. But Andy Yeardon I think he's got back into full, get back in his training, so hopefully he's back soon. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like the video, comment down below your opinions about anything that we've spoken about in today's video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to turn that notification bell on so that you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.